Okay, so probably Ma'am Felicia is done by now, and thank you so much for listening to her. So let us now proceed to my part, which is the traditional versus the 21st century instructional materials. So, by the way, before I start my discussion, I would like to apologize for not being here live because I am currently on an outing with my family. So we have a reunion that we are doing annually. So hindi ako makahindi dito even though I have report. But that doesn't mean naiiwanan ko yung responsibilities ko. So that's why I have recorded a presentation for you guys. And of course, I have foreseen this already na baka kahit i-report ko siya ng live, there might be circumstances like uh, walang signal doon, ganun, or what. So, ayoko naman mangyari yun. So, I have recorded presentation for you. Okay, so I will make this discussion short. So, for the traditional instructional materials, these are the traditional teaching aids na ginagamit natin before, especially during the elementary times, diba? If you can remember, our teachers are using the following materials. Try to recall. We are our teachers are using the blackboards. Yes, this is true. Nakita ko to sa mga teachers natin before. And then, gumagamit pa rin sila ng textbooks, ng charts, ng pictures, posters, ng mga mapa, especially sa mga araling panlipunan teachers, flashcards, flip cards, worksheets, science lab apparatus, and materials. Then, mga models. This is for art. And then, crossword puzzles, quizzes, storytelling, dramatization, one-act plays, dictionaries, encyclopedias, reference book, learning toys, and abacus. Okay, so these are the traditional instructional materials before. So these are commonly used hands-on and face-to-face. And then for the 21st century instructional materials naman, this is what we are doing right now. We are in the modern times. So our instructional materials ay nagbe-base na it includes computers, internet surfings, laptops, electronic notebooks, e-readers, and so on. You can read this part. So, for this one, the summary is that um, yung mga instructional materials na ginagamit ng teachers is that more on technology na, or so nag-advance na tayo, no? These are the instructional materials na ginagamit na kung saan ginagawa siya through the computer, and also ma-access mo din siya through virtually then, just like this. Our setup right now is a modern is the modern setup, whereas yung mga students is facing their computers or cell phones or gadgets, and then the teacher is teaching virtually. Okay, so for this part, this will be the comparison of the traditional and modern instructional design. Okay, so paano na-establish yung mga instructional design? So for the traditional, it is mandated from above. It's probably from Department of Education, and then fino-forward sa mga teachers, and then the teachers ginagamit nila yung mga instructional designs na ito. And then for the modern one, it is from the learner's desire, which is including the performance improvement and the learning outcomes and expectation for the students. And then the instructional design naman for the traditional is that traditional lecture pa din and face-to-face pa rin with pencil and paper test na kung saan may mga correspondent na courses and computer-based training. And for the modern naman, it is more on active learning, collaborative learning, reflective learning, and pragmatic learning. So for the modern instructional design, there is still the collaborative learning. Sample na nito yung mga breakout rooms. So even though hindi sama-sama yung mga estudyante physically, nagwo-work naman sila together virtually. And also there is a real-world application. So yung mga tinuturo sa atin, hindi lang siya confined into just information, but rather we can use this information into real-world application. Pero not all information, but there are some that we can use in real life. And the learning process naman ng mga instructional design is that it is more on instruction, memorization, modeling, demonstration, coaching, and etc. Okay, so if we are to recall, 'di ba, nung high school tayo, uh, high school nung high school tayo, correct. Yung teacher natin is, especially yung science teacher, pinapakabisado sa atin, 'di ba, yung periodic table of elements. Okay, 'di ba? I think pinagawa rin yun sa inyo. And bago tayo graduate, 'di ba, ng grade 6, is that dapat kabisado na natin yung multiplication table without seeing it, no. So tinuturuan din tayo minsan mag-abacus sa kamay. Okay, so share ko lang yung mga information before kasi I still clearly remember. And then for the modern instructional design naman, it is more on critical thinking, reflective thinking, personal mastery, shared visioning, discussion, dialogue to surface assumptions and deepen learning. It is also consists of experiences that mirrors reality such as team learning, case studies, simulations, field trips, rope courses, and etc. It is also on real world experience, new information, adaptation, practice, and integration. Okay, so for this one, the learning process for the modern instructional design is yung learner parang na-develop siya holistically kasi ano yung critical thinking, and also if you were to remember, 'di ba? There are topics minsan na talaga namang interesting na kung saan mapapadebate yung mga students, no? So katulad nung huli nating lessons kay Sir Alex, 'di ba? Debatable yung lesson kung saan nagbabatuhan tayo ng mga opinion natin. Na-open yung natin, yung point of view natin, yung na-open yung minds natin sa iba't ibang point of view ng mga tao, and also this leads us to deeper understanding. Okay, so this wherein dito nagre-reflect yung modern instructional design, so which is true, 'di ba? If you were to consider, if you were to to observe then, ito talaga yung dito nagre-revolve yung modern instructional design. Okay, so that will be all for my part, and thank you so much for listening, and let us now proceed to the next reporter.